Hey, what up, guys? Coming to you this morning, Monday morning. Want to discuss the weekend preview for the Friday the 13th and Saturday the 14th of December. We got a couple cards coming your way on those 2 days. Want to give it to you, especially when you have one during the week, like on a Friday. I like to do the weekend preview right away, first thing Monday morning. So that's what we're getting to right now. We'll kick it off with the Friday card. We got, which is Friday the 13th, so good luck if anybody believes in that. You have a Golden Boy card on the zone taking place. Now, the undercard, I heard it was supposed to, when they first originally announced the card, it said former super featherweight champ Alberto Machado was going to make his return from the back-to-back knockout losses to Andrew Cancio. He was going to make the return and make his debut at 135 pounds lightweight. But I'm trying to see who he's fighting. There's nobody. He has nobody on his current schedule through the website that I go on. And then I try to look at the undercard, and nothing really popping on the undercard as of now in terms of him fighting anybody. So I haven't heard. I'm sure if Machado does end up fighting on Saturday, that he's going to face somebody that he should beat, in his debut at 135. And I think he'll just make a successful debut at 135 and try to shake off those back-to-back losses he took earlier this year in February and June to Andrew Cancio. So that's that. The main event now is the only fight we're talking about that I even know about on the card right now. You got undefeated, rising welterweight prospect Vergil Ortiz Jr. Taking on former world title challenger Brad Solomon. Now, there's a welterweight fight, 147. Ortiz hasn't cracked my top 10 yet, but this guy's got a lot of talent, and he's very strong, and he's an exciting fighter to watch, so you really want to check him out. He's been knocking guys out left and right. Impressive performances, just blitzing them. He's taking on Brad Solomon, veteran, but hasn't been very active. Solomon hasn't fought at all this year. And since 2016, he's only fought 3 times. So he's pretty much been fighting about once a year. 16, 17, 18. This is going to be his only fight in 19. I think he's only got 1 loss on his resume, a couple years ago. But, I really don't see Solomon competing against Ortiz. I think Ortiz is going to blitz him in this one, dominate him, and, push forward. He's been having trouble getting bigger fights because he's a Golden Boy fighter fighting in a pro-dominant Premier Boxing Champions division right here. The PBC has almost all the top guys at 147. But Ortiz is badass. I mean, you guys really want to see him fight. A lot of power, good skill, and, exciting fighter. So check him out. Now we'll go to Saturday the 14th. Where off the top of my head, there might be more than this, but off the top of my head, there's only 1 fight card on the 14th taking place. That will be on ESPN. As far as I know, it's ESPN, not ESPN Plus right now. But you got Mick Conlan fighting on the undercard. I mean, Michael Conlan, I don't think, he's very... I think he's kind of blown up right now about how good he is because he hasn't been in there against anybody good. They're saying he's inching towards a title shot. He's fighting at lightweight, 135. He's undefeated. I guess he's taking on an amateur, opponent, rival that he had. So he's on the undercard. I'm expecting him to win. Check him out. But the co-feature is going to be badass. It might steal the day, steal the weekend. And that's going to see IBF lightweight champion, 135. That's Richard Comey taking on undefeated Teofimo Lopez. This is a really exciting fight right here, guys. Really big matchup. You're going to see if Comey, if he's the next in line for Lomachenko and can really compete with him. He's a hard-hitting fighter from Ghana, Africa. The dude's just been on fire the last year, especially. He's stepping up though against Teofimo Lopez, the undefeated. Superstar on the rise right here. Talks a lot of shit. Great power, great skill. But he didn't look like his normal self back in his last fight in July when he became the mandatory #1 challenger. He said he had a lot of distractions. That's what kind of affected his performance. Now he's getting in there with a top 3 lightweight and a world champion. First crack at a world title. I can't wait to see this fight. I think it's going to be a really good one. I think it could go either way. Commey's got power and skill. So does Lopez. If I'm going to pick, I think Lopez is going to win this fight. I'm going to lean towards a decision, but I really think Lopez has the kind of skill to where he could catch Commey out of nowhere and hurt him. And I think it could end by a decision or a knockout. But I'm going Lopez by a decision, even though I think Commey has a really good chance of winning a decision. But I think more likely a knockout here. He's going to have to wear Lopez down, but he's got the kind of style to affect Lopez. Lopez has never been in a ring with somebody like Commey. So, going to be a good one. Can't wait to see it this weekend. But again, I'm going Lopez to become the new IBF lightweight champion, but it really could go either way. Now, the main event, undefeated WBO welterweight champion, Terrence Bud Crawford. Welterweight again, 147. Crawford, number 3 pound for pound for me right now. One of the best fighters in the world. Maybe the most talented over Lomachenko. It's close. I think Lomachenko is better in terms of talent, but Crawford is right behind him. This guy's trying to make his argument for number 1. His opponent, they call him the meme machine. I'm not even going to get into his name because I'll just fuck it up again. But the dude is undefeated, on the rise. He's the number 1 contender to Crawford's title. I think Crawford's going to dominate him in this one. And I see a middle to late round stoppage, possibly a decision. And Crawford just dominates again and holds on to his world title in what's been a quiet year for him. But, yeah, really looking forward to it. Can't wait to see Crawford just back in action with his talent. He's just a pure talent. You definitely want to check him out because he's very good. Again, you got Commey and Lopez on the undercard. The winner of that one's likely the front runner to take on Lomachenko in next year. And then, you got the other fight on DAZN, the card there with Virgil Ortiz on Friday. So don't want to miss these fights, guys. That's Friday, December 13th, and Saturday, December 14th, the weekend preview. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. True Boxing, you've been hit with the truth.